All right, what's going on, good people? What is popping? We are back with another one. We are in the Las Vegas GP weekend, but before we get into all that, we already know we got some other things to get into. You still know we're working with the makeshift setup. So the company got the PC back today at their dock, so they're going to be breaking that down and trying to figure out what's going on with that. You already know I got a bunch of other things going on, so let's take care of some more important things than Formula One before we start talking about Formula One. First, an update on the shelter shelter situation we have going on with. Actually, let me say good hello to everybody. Big shout out to Sylvia Witt Kelly dropping 3 Wolfpack memberships in the live chat. Mister Seven time, I think that's 7I, right? We got 7I. Ray J, that's one hell of a name to have. Ray J, you got a Wolfpack membership from Sylvia Witt Kelly and Jenny Blitz. Congratulations. Welcome to the Wolfpack fam. So let's go ahead and go over this real quick. All right. For the shelter activation, got way more in, way more things done. And I am talking about almost $3,000 worth of merchandise. So what we're going to do is I coordinated with somebody and put in a certain financial contribution for this, but at a steep discount. So very, very, very appreciative of it. All right. So this is what we have, and it's very awesome because now we're not talking about just gently used. We're talking about brand new shirts, sweaters, and pants. And I am talking about gobs of it. Okay. I probably don't even have all the boxes here in this video. I think it's almost maybe 10 full boxes of shirts. So I'm just going to show you. So what we got right here so far, and it's coming along great. So big shout out to anybody who wants to do a super chat that gets in on that. Of course, your super chats will go toward your prize. But this is what we got right here. It's absolutely awesome. I'm talking about boxes and boxes and boxes of brand new shirts, long sleeve, sweatpants, collared shirts, dress shirts, brand new. Probably a value of $3,000 or more. I've taken some of the super chat money, put it in towards this as well. So instead of them having gently used, they're going to have a lot of new stuff to go in with their packages as well. Also, don't forget, we got hundreds of beanies that I ordered, hundreds of pair of gloves, hundreds of pair of socks. That is also in part with this. So with that also being said, I will also let you know that we have hundreds of floss coming in, toothbrushes, toothpaste, lotion, and the lip balm situation. Still working to hear from Kobe's on that. If they're not going to do anything, then I'm gonna move forward and I'm just going to buy another bulk 100 and something plus lip balm for their lips to stay moisturized. We got several other things coming in, but we're going to have a work day this Friday, and we're going to start putting all these things. Oh, hundreds of bags for the items to go into. So the bags are going to have the toothbrushes, toothpaste, lotion, lip balm, if we get that in, and the beanies, gloves, and socks. Those are going to go in the gift bag. So we're going to have hundreds of gift bags. And then they're also going to be able to go to each station, choose a couple of shirts, choose a pair of pants, choose a jacket. If we end up getting some shoes, then some shoes. But right now we have a lot more than I ever anticipated. So big shout out to you for that. Big shout out to the Wolfpack brothers who have actually also kicked in. Big shout out to Fonts Graphics who actually kicked in, which I'm supposed to probably go back and pick up another couple of boxes, try to chip in on that, another couple of boxes of shirts. And so, yeah, it's going to be good. It's going great. So big shout out to you all. Let's go ahead and go on with this. We are big shout out to Miss Dino, Sylvia Witt Kelly, giving the best gifts that you can give here in Wolfpack membership. So yeah, it's looking great. So right now, I just want to say this. I saw the social media post from Ferrari. Mary Beanie dropping a Wolfpack membership in. Conley Jones, welcome to the family. Mary Beanie's giving you the best gift that you can get as the holidays are coming up. And I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. I am gonna apologize. I've been a little bit distant, but as a family, like I said, we got some things going on, and that definitely is without a doubt, and I do mean without a doubt, priority. I don't even give a damn if I end up not having to do a live stream for qualifying and all that with what's going on. That's definitely gonna take first. If I can be here this weekend for a live stream for quali, trust me, you know I want to and I will. Given the time, actually, thank God for that. The time actually would line up a lot better with what we are dealing with as a family during the day because the GP and qualifying will be late into the night, which I'm already still up, and things are a bit calmer for us as a family. So I probably will be able to go live for quali this week and the race. So that's looking good. Not that you all would criticize me if I couldn't, because you all are very understanding. I'd appreciate that. But what I don't understand is why Ferrari is trying to front up here as if things are all good when they're really not. I don't know if you saw the social media post, but I saw it. Social media post with Lewis Hamilton, and it seems like everybody's getting along, and we're trying to figure all these things out, and a lot of that. It looked good. It looks good, but we know it's not good. All right. Big shout out to Mary Beanie again, putting the Rusty Dog got a membership. Rusty Dog, you've been here. You should have been had a membership, Rusty Dog. You should have been a Wolfpack member off the rip. Big shout out to Mary Beanie for that. But I don't know why they're trying to sit up here and try to put on this facade, this dog and pony show, because everything's not good. If everything was good, Charles Leclerc wouldn't be trying to look outside of Ferrari to find another team to go to. I also heard there are rumors that Aston Martin may have been trying to reach out to Charles Leclerc and his management team several times now. We wouldn't be hearing, this Elkin come out and say something so damn stupid as he already said about talking less and just drive. Basically, shut up and drive. We know that things are not peachy in Ferrari. We don't need the social media post to try to dictate to us that it's not. We don't need the social media post to try to sell us on something that we clearly and obviously know is not really happening. It's not all sunshine and roses there at Ferrari. You have problems. You have legit problems, and you have people that need to be removed, and you have problems that need to be solved. And some of those problems will not be solved until some of those people are removed. That is point blank and period. All right. All the smoke is coming from fire because your kitchen's burning down. Ferrari has a kitchen that's burning down. And I'm going to tell you this. I don't know what you're going to do in 2026. I don't know what you're going to come up with in 2026. I don't trust anything that you do come up with until I see I can trust it. And of course, I've wish we'd have had the big station in so we could go over some of these social media posts that have been absolutely ridiculous with the glazing of certain drivers. And we will end up doing that. Trust me. I hope that they will find out everything that's going on with the station and have that back soon. But the glazing is crazy. The narrative that they are attempting to build going into these last few races are crazy. Okay? Lando Norris will be congratulated for winning a championship if that's what happens. But he also will be criticized because you needed your hand held. You needed to be put in such an environment for you to do so. And yeah, while you will be a world champion, you won't be regarded as one of the world champions that are highly regarded. You just won't be. Oscar Piastri would have been and should be. And technically, Oscar Piastri should be a world champion given McLaren should have done what they should have done. But what they did was yield to Lando and snub Oscar is really what they did. Keeping it a buck. Mary Beanie in the super chat says, Elkin out. He is full of crap. He needs to go ASAP. I agree. The only problem is that we know, Mary Beanie, we know Ferrari don't do these things often. They don't make, they will not get out of their own way. And McLaren has questioned, if you're wondering why this image is up with the fine and the cost cap situation, is because McLaren is wondering, will the updates that Red Bull made, I mean, a complete power unit change of all components, is that going against their cost cap? Because that's not a reliability situation. I want to know how they turn that to reliability. All of that was not reliability. All of that was a push to keep Max and push him up to the front of the grid because he was going to be starting so far back. And they didn't trust that he was going to be able to take that car to where it needed to be. So they gave him as much fresh power as they could. And right now, McLaren want answers on, is that going against the cost cap? I still have not, and it might be due to my lack of continuity right now with juggling things or handling things that I have going on. I want to see the cost cap results. I want to see the cost cap results. I want to know which teams, what teams, who, how much, and by what. And we ran into this before when it seems that They don't want to release certain things, they delay. And then they say they delay because it was so much that they had to go through. Okay, I'll give it to you. Maybe there are a lot of things you have to go through. Maybe there are a lot of things that you have to sift through. It's a lot of documentation. It's a lot of people turning documents in, pages and pages of information and numbers and itemizations. Cool. But this should be something a bit more streamlined by now. This is something that shouldn't take as long as last time by now. This is a report that should be growing and flourish with information. And here you go. The teams that breached, the teams that are getting fined, the teams that didn't. So I am waiting to see who those teams are going to be. And I am going to be paying attention to how long it's going to be taking them before they release that information. And a lot of people are losing trust, belief, and interest in Formula One. It's kind of fallen off. And they've done it to themselves. What's going on? Derwin Hill popping in. They've done it to themselves. And while Lewis Hamilton made quite a remarkable social media post in response to Elkin's outburst, I do wonder if certain things will come up. Is this something that he would consider? But what we do know is Lewis is not quick to run from hard times. He's not quick to leave just because things aren't going the way that people dreamt or he was sold on. He's somebody who will get into the trenches, will give you an ample amount of time, a fair amount of time to figure things out, all while at the cost of his Formula One career. He did it with Mercedes. He's likely going to do it with Ferrari. There are a lot of things about Lewis Hamilton that we feel he should change about himself, but Lewis is who he is, and he is where he is because of who he is. And if those things got him there, it's unlikely that he's going to change. And it's kind of, in some ways, not realistic for us to assume that he will change. Okay, you've gotten a certain amount of success being who you are and doing what you've done. It's kind of hard to change that. So I think that he should bounce from Ferrari probably after. If they don't get it right by 2027, yeah, it probably should bounce. It's hard to leave him in 2026 because everybody's going to be dealing with some type of adversity and challenges with the new regulations. So no, it wouldn't be a good look for him just to bounce in 2026. But by 2027, yeah, and I'm going to say that's 6 years of your life that has been wasted by teams who have failed to do what they said they were going to be able to do. Mercedes failed you for 3 seasons, failed Russell too, and now Ferrari's failing you this season, failing Charles too, and it's likely they could fail you next season. That is 6 seasons of Lewis Hamilton's career where he could have won another championship had teams done what they could have done. Mercedes went off the reservation and decided they were going to do some new cutting-edge technology, and then they stayed in it for 2 more seasons after they saw it failed instead of just bouncing and going to what was going to work. Ferrari told him it's going to have something great. They ain't got nothing great. It's going to be a snowballing hill effect. It's going to be a snowball effect. And so while there may be posts coming out supposedly that Ferrari's looking good for 2026, don't believe that. Don't believe that. I would advise you not to believe it. I'm just keeping it all the way 100 with you. I would advise you not believe that because I don't know why you would and why it would be in your best interest to even think about believing that they have and or will be doing something great for 2026. Now, I'm not saying that it's not possible. I'm not saying it's not possible for them to do something great for 2026. I'm just saying it's unlikely. And it's unlikely based off what we've seen. I mean, I think we can all agree with that. It's unlikely based off what we've seen that they are not going to just miraculously come up with something that's going to work. Something that all of a sudden is going to give them some leading technology and advantage. We haven't seen Ferrari do it. I don't think they're going to do it, and I don't trust that they're going to do it, and nor should you. It's going to be a rough rest of this year, And I think it's going to be a hard next year. Lewis Hamilton still does not have a Grand Prix podium with Ferrari, while he does have a sprint win and a sprint pole. Those still count. I don't know why people try to discount those as those are not real racing events. They're real racing events. They happen. Only sample that you might have is Ferrari can't keep their shit together long enough to maximize throughout an entire 70 or 60 laps. That's really what you have a testament of. Ferrari can't hold together long. They are the big fail. Okay? They can't hold water. And so that's really what you have a testament of. A team that is unable to be good or be great in a duration of time. 19 laps, we got you. 30 laps, we're peacing out. The rest of those laps, you're done. They don't have any duration. They have no stamina. They have no Grand Prix stamina right now. And so Vegas is already a very big, challenging race. Sylvia Wick Kelly, congratulations, Jay, for 4,318,785 views. We're on our way to 5 million. Damn, Sylvia Wick Kelly, I had no idea. The facts and stats lady. Sylvia Wick Kelly, I had no idea. Almost to 5 million views. That's crazy nice. Big shout out to you all. Y'all make that happen. And Sylvia Wick Kelly putting her hat in there for that prize for the next Formula One fantasy car. So big shout out to Sylvia Wick Kelly for that. That's a monumental thing that we can all celebrate together. That's cool. That is really cool. You always bring up some stats and facts I don't even know about. You're awesome for that. You're awesome for that. So yeah, people, I think you need to be very precautious. Unfortunately, but yes. I don't know what you might want to expect for the rest of this week. But I will say this. Last season, if things kind of hold true, and I'm just kind of coming off the brain with this, I think last season in Vegas, it was Russell, Hamilton, and somebody can help me out in the chat if you know. I think it was Russell, Hamilton, Verstappen, Lando, Piastri, or maybe Verstappen was 6. But I know for sure it was Russell. I know I know Lewis Hamilton. I just don't maybe know who that next driver was. No, it was Carlos Sainz. It was Charles Leclerc. It was Lando Norris. And I think it was Piastri and then Max Verstappen. I think that was the finishing order last season sometime. So will Ferrari be able to finish in that same? Thank you very much, Ms. Dino, for the congratulations on the super chat. Very big shout out to you. Yeah, if somebody can check that out. I want to say it was Russell, Lewis Hamilton. Then I want to say it was Carlos Sainz, Charles Leclerc. Then I want to say it was Max Verstappen, Lando, and then Piastri, or Lando, Piastri, and then Max Verstappen. So Red Bull, not so great in Vegas. McLaren, not ultimately the best, even in a season where they were doing pretty well. We'll see what they do here. Mercedes did pretty good here. Remember, cooler weather. Mercedes typically tends to do better in cooler weather. It is going to be very cool in Vegas. Don't forget, they kicked fans out of the stand on a delay. They had to fix a manhole and kick fans out of the stands, and the fans didn't even get to see everything they paid for. I hope they got that worked out, because that whole credit to the F1 shop was bullshit. So we'll see if they got that worked out. So, yeah, the finishing order was very different. And I don't know if Ferrari's going to be one of those teams that are going to be finishing up or have another opportunity here to get drivers on the podium, but we will see. But that's kind of, it's going to be, I like Vegas for what it is, and I hope they never change the time of Vegas. The timing of Vegas in the desert is probably one of the most challenging circuits in all of the calendar because of what it offers. The temperature changes and all of that are very challenging for tires, PUs, everything. So I hope they never change the timing of Vegas, because I hate when Formula One sees a challenge and a problem that's a little difficult for drivers and teams to handle, And instead of motivating the teams and the drivers to find a solution, they change it to make the test easier. I don't like that. Do not change it. Leave it the way it is. Mary Beanie in the super chat says, top 3 in Vegas was Woody, Lewis, and Saint. Okay, so I did have the top 3 right. Thank you very much. What about the other, Mary Beanie, what about the other drivers? What about 4, 5, 6, and 7? If you could put 4, 5, 6, and 7 up. Because I'm pretty sure I got that generally in the ballpark. But if you could, Mary Beanie, I appreciate you, top 3. I did have those correct. If you could give me the 4, 5, 6, and 7. Baraka, what's going on? Can't wait for Vegas. Oh, my gosh, bro. Hey, man, I got my Texas Aggies, though. We're going to see what happens when you come against Texas A&M. How about that? Yeah, it was a bad game, Baraka. It was ugly, bro. I was hot. I was hot, man. I was hot about that. I saw the score. I was still dealing with some other. Man, I was hot about that, bro. But see me on them Aggies, though. See me on them Texas Aggies, man. Texas Aggies kicking ass, taking names. So, yeah, we will see how this is going to go. Vegas is going to be very interesting. We will be here. I intend to be here live for both the qualifying and the post-race, okay? Putting those up. So, please be aware of that. I do intend to be here live. If things take a very bad turn for the worse, I will notify you in the Discord, and you will be notified accordingly. But I do mean it would need to be very worse than what it is, which is already bad. But if things take a very bad turn for the worse, I'm not leaving y'all hanging. I will let you know, and then we will proceed from there. Okay, so I really appreciate everybody's patience. I appreciate everybody's care. I appreciate everybody's love. And that's another thing, Derwin, big shout out for that. Yes, Vegas wet race could be crazy. Imagine wet race with the cold. Man, forget them pug-nosed bastards, man. Imagine a wet race with cold. Yo, Derwin, I'm all in for that. We might have to, on the next Wolfpack Grudge race, I might implement those weather conditions off the bat, wet and cold, to see who really about that life. See who really about that life. It ain't going to be no backing out. It's not going to be any, oh, Jay, can you change? No, we gonna see who really about that life. We might have to honestly do that. I mean, just take it as a challenge and a fun race. Don't take it so damn serious. That could be crazy nice. Be crazy nice. Big shout out. Thank you very much, Stino. All right, you all. So I do have to get back up to the hospital. So I will get with you all another one live. We do have the Vegas GP coming in. It's gonna be a good one, I believe. Hopefully it's not boring. I would hate for the Vegas GP to be boring, but I did hear as an overall event to go to, it is nice. I'm hoping one day I can go to the Vegas GP and enjoy it the way it should be enjoyed, because I've heard it's a pretty good one. Food prices are good. The environment is good. You're already in Vegas. So, yeah, it's a pretty good destination. So we will see. So peace and love to everybody. Like I said, let me show you what we also do still have. All right, let me show you what we got so far, which is a lot. So, and I'm very, very proud of everybody for what they have contributed, for sure. But yeah, so far we got lots of new shirts. I mean, and I'm talking about this is thousands of dollars of merchandise right here that is going to the homeless. And even though those shirts weren't in bags, those shirts were also new. These shirts are awesome. And it is boxes and boxes of this. So we are doing a phenomenal job. So big shout out to you all, doing things that we typically do in a season where a lot of other content creators aren't doing a damn thing. So I appreciate you all for what you do and your kind heartedness. Julius Taylor in the super chat, it's been raining off and on like crazy the last few days. Yeah, I do wonder if that's going to kind of taper off. I do wonder if by then it will fall off. So we will be seeing if that's going to be the case. All right. So appreciate all the prayers. Appreciate all the positive energy. You all stay safe. I'm going to see you again, and I will be putting some messages in the Discord. All right. Peace and love. Welcome all the new family members. Big shout out to all the OG members. Big shout out to all the intermediate coming up. What should we call them? F2 members, the F2 members that will soon be Formula One members in our family. All right. Peace and love to you all. See you soon. I'm out.